Bah! Hey you bums! Hey you bums! How are you doing? You stupid bums. How are we doing, everyone? Big Pink is here. Big Pink has entered. Right, it's working time for me. Sorry I started a bit late today. I had shit to do in the morning. Sorry, I had shit to do in the morning, so I had to deal with that. And, now I can finally work. Sorry. I ordered something and it's taking a while and I just got an email about it. Alright, it's time to work, it's time to work. It's time to get that dough. So let's put on music. Oh, it's so loud. It's okay, Bertha, you can do it. Also, hi, Boitha. Hang on. Documents. Where are my little guys? There they are. I don't know how long I'm gonna work today because I had like other work to do at the beginning of the day. That was just life related, not this One Piece job related. So I might not work too long today. Okay. Hi! Boys? Yeah, the sun's out. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird for you guys across the world? I think Kuma definitely knew that Mihawk would take care of Zoro, because remember at the Warlord meeting, after Luffy and Zoro get their bounties, Mihawk specifically went there to hear about Luffy and Zoro. Kuma already knew that Mihawk had an interest. Chest pain. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this. You gotta do some gesture drawings. Hang on, I'll give you a gesture. Applesauce, ready? Screenshot this. Screenshot this. Draw that. Draw that. welcome. No problem. Ugh. Wait, Willem Dafoe? Hang on. I can do that. Ow! My hamstrings! Alright, back to work. I'm fine. I'm just not flexible. Can I touch my toes actually? Like when I'm standing? Hi, Void Father. I was trying to touch my toes. I can't do it. I can do this, but I can't bend over and touch them. Ooh. I have ankle flexibility though. You know how some people can't do the squat? Like the flat ankle squat? I can do that, some people can't. Yellow! No, the Lin-Manuel Miranda pose is this. I think I pull it off better than him, actually. And he's also got a less known one where he's like biting his lip. It's so cringe. What exactly is the pose trying to convey? Hamilton, I don't know. That he's Lin-Manueling his Miranda. That's what I was looking for. La 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 la. There's also the Spider-Man pose, but I can't do that one because you have to jump. What am I looking for? Ah. Fishman. That's Punk Hazard. Where's Jamon? Wait, is this the episode where Frankie introduces Tom's brother to Luffy? And Luffy's like, yep. Where is he? No, it's not. I really like this soundtrack. It sounds like Club Penguin. I saw Sanji's nosebleed for a split second. I'm sorry, he makes me laugh. He makes me laugh. I'm sorry, he's disgusting, but I love him. I can't help being this way. Oh, but he looks so cute with his little band-aid on his nose. Now this was foul. That was a joke that did not age well. That's something that gets me when it comes to Fishman Island. It's like The nosebleed jokes aren't even like the worst of it. I just think they're a bit like physically disgusting to some people. But no one really mentions like this part. This is the disgusting part only because the implications of it. And I understand like what the, why does he look like that? I understand what the joke is supposed to be of like, you know, the Kamabaka candies are giving Sanji their blood and Sanji's like, oh god, I'm here again. But because it's about giving blood and because of implications of gay people giving blood, especially gay men giving blood due to, you know, the crisis, I truly do not believe that Oda was making a joke like that. I just think he didn't think about that and it came off wrong. Like that's the worst joke I think in Fishman Island, and people they never mention it because the other jokes, I'll be honest with you, Subodhi had him sniffing piranha, that was tasteless, but that was Subodhi, but also yeah, that I didn't like that. But everything else was just, he's just getting fucking nosebleeds. He's just getting nosebleeds. I'm like, it's honestly not the worst thing in the world. That one, however, because of the implications, that's the worst one. Again, even though I do not believe that was intentional, I just think it really reads wrong. And no one mentions it. See? I can bring up problems with my disgusting little man. But hey, Sanji got the blood transfusion, and now he's stronger, so there you go. The law behind queer people giving blood, Jolly D. Joestar, there was something called the AIDS crisis. Was it 80s or 90s? Was it late 80s, early 90s? It was basically, AIDS was labeled the gay people virus, basically. And, killed a lot of queer folk. And because of that, queer people were not allowed to give blood. Because of the belief that everyone had it if you were gay. It was really bad. Yeah. It was a whole problem. Applesauce, what country are you from? Because I'm thinking about what countries were affected by that. Yeah. That's what I mean, Rain. I don't think Oda was thinking about that. I don't think he was making that joke, but I think it's still a tasteless joke. Ah, I see. Applesauce. Oh my god, Brooke getting bitches? It also, in general, does just come off queerphobic. That is so cute. Oh, that is so cute. Oh, that is so cute. Mwah mwah. Soul King getting kisses. Now hang on. I'd kiss Soul King. I don't give a fuck how old he is. I'd kiss Brooke. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Just you know, doing my job. I'm trying to find Jamon, and I can't find him. haven't seen. I only know that Pauline is in Donkey Kong Bonanza. And she's little. There is Jamon! Fucking, I'm gonna throw him back over there. I didn't get Donkey Kong Bonanza. Isn't it only Switch 2? I don't have a Switch 2. And I can't afford these frivolous purchases right now. Jamon. Yep, 530. I'm glad that the new Pokemon game is going to be on the regular Switch. So I don't have to get a Switch 2 yet. I do want one, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a dirty Nintendo fan, but my roommate has a Switch 2 and it's good. It's good. Also, Gwen, you have the tariff problem, not me. That's not my problem. Well, it's kind of my problem when it comes to stock market stuff, but... Mario Kart World is really fun. It's really fun. It's annoyingly fun. How do you feel about combatants or fighter not being a good enough role? People are just saying that because they're like, everyone fights. And it's like, yeah, and everyone can also drive the ship, and yet the ship still has a helmsman. It's just people being insecure at the fact that Zoro's like role is to fight, and they want him to be an all-rounder. It's just people wanting Zoro to be Mr. All-Rounder, and it's like, but he's not. His peak performance is fighting. I always say this, and I always say, because people go, but Zoro always takes on the second strongest. Yeah, because he's the fucking fighter. Oh, people will say the fighter isn't a good enough role. Meanwhile, they're like, but he takes on the second strongest every arc, and it's like, because that's his fucking job. For some reason, they're equating that to, that must mean he's first mate, when it's like, no, you idiots, that means he's the fighter. That means he's doing his job. Like, why do you think he does fucking nothing on the ship when there's nothing to do? Why do you think he just sleeps on the ship when there's nothing to do? He's got fucking nothing to do. He's doing his job outside of that. Why does he have to do more than that? Like, damn! Let the man rest until he has to fight someone. He's recharging his fucking batteries. It's just crazy work. He doesn't got shit to do unless he has to fight someone. Takes up a lot of energy. I'll always say this, people are like, fighter's not a good enough role, fighter's not a good enough role, and then you look at Onigashima, and Zoro was in the fucking devil's asshole of the Onigashima fight. He was not only on the rooftop helping Luffy, he was also fighting fucking King, and he suffered severely. He suffered like fucking crazy, because that's his job. He's doing his job. He's fighting. People say fighter is not a good enough role, and then they see Zoro actually being a fighter and saying, oh, he's got to be first mate. He's the fucking fighter. What are you talking about? Like, he's doing his job. It's so weird. They equate him taking on the second strongest of any crew member, of any crew, as first mate, when it's like, no, you were just proving that he's the fighter. That's literally him doing his job. What are you talking about? It's just ridiculous. They literally equate his strength with first mate when it's like, no, he's the fighter. That's why he's that strong. It's just insane. I don't get it. I think you want to know what I think is actually happening? You want to know what I think is happening? They're going to get mad at me for this. It's because Sanji has a role and he fights, and he's good at fighting. That's what I think is going on. I think Sanji cooks and he's really good at it, but he also fights and he's also really good at it. And I think that pisses them off because it makes Sanji look more capable. When I've said it time and time and time again, Sanji is not just a cook, he's a fighting cook, but his main Where did he go? Oh, there he is. But his main role isn't fighter. Sanji will do what needs to be done, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to fighting the devil's fucking butthole, like, of a war, Zoro's in there, not Sanji. It's why Zoro jumped off to fight Lucci, while Sanji was running the fuck around an Egghead trying to keep everyone together. La la. But then also people get upset because Zoro and Sanji are the wings. So like, Zoro and Sanji are the wings, so Zoro has to be something more than just a fighter. And it's like, no. No, he's just the fighter. He's allowed to just be a fighter. Not only that, being a fighter lines up with Zoro's dream, which is to be a master swordsman. Because what's a master swordsman? A master swordsman is literally a combatant. Being a fighter is in line with who Zoro is. Being first mate is not. It just doesn't make sense. Oh, Rain, that would get people really upset. Wee, wee, wee. I just think it's because they see everyone on the crew fights. But Zoro, that's his area of expertise. Once again, everyone can drive the ship. But that's Jinbe's area of expertise, right? Or even Usopp was fixing the Merry before they had a shipwright. But that's Frankie's area of expertise. Even other characters have cooked. Nami has cooked before. She's cooked before. Yet that is Sanji's area of expertise. It's just they all have an area of expertise and that's their role. Zoro's area of expertise is to fight, and he's proven that time and time and time and time again. He's very good at it. He's very good at it. Also, big boobies. So when people like say it's not a good enough role, I don't know, fight with Oda, not me. Like, Oda has decided this is a role. And it's what Zoro has. Which is why people say, oh, Zoro's going to develop into first mate. No, he's not. And the reason that's not going to happen is because taking a crew member whose role has been fighter for over 20 years and then saying, no, they have to develop into something better than that, throws Water 7 out the window. Throws the lesson of Water 7 out the window. I do what you can't do, you do what I can't do. That's the fucking point of Water 7. If you look at Zoro and say, no, you need to be better than that, over 20 years you have to be better than this, you can't have this role anymore, that throws the lessons of Water 7 out the window, which is why when people are saying that, I'm like, that's not gonna happen. He's had this role for over 20 years, over 2 years, like One Piece time. He's not gonna suddenly get another role. That doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Like, fuck it. Let's make Usopp the torturer now if we're just gonna change roles around. Let's make Sanji the fucking diplomat now if we're just gonna change roles around. Fuck it. You know? Who cares? Right, Zoro at Whiskey Peak. People see Zoro at Whiskey Peak and they see, oh my god, first mate. No, that's fighter. They keep equating first mate with strength, not realizing that's why Zoro's the fighter. It just doesn't make sense. Because I'll tell you this, first mate has absolutely fucking nothing to do with strength. Nothing. Logically, a first mate has nothing to do with strength. It has to do with leading the crew when the captain isn't there. And I will say, I think there are better characters suited to do that aren't Zoro. However, Zoro does what he needs to do when he needs to do it, which is what I mean. That's why they don't have a first mate. Because they all know how to help each other when Luffy's not there. I've said this before, fucking gun to my head if I had to pick Jinbe. I don't know why Jinbei gets left out of these conversations. He was literally a warlord and a captain of his own crew for a very long time. If anyone has the qualifications to be first mate, on paper, it's fucking Jinbei. But no one mentions him, and I feel like it's because they know he's a bit too qualified. He's a little bit too qualified. Shanks' first mate is Ben Beckham. But again, at the same time, I don't think there will ever be a first mate, because you know why? Jinbei is good at what he does, but all the other Straw Hats also know what to do. Remember when Luffy and Zoro ran off in Onigashima and Jinbei was like, oh, they ran off, and all the Straw Hats were like, Jinbei, why? Why? They are all qualified in what they need to do when they need to do it. There doesn't need to be any first mate. Also, Vivi! Vivi's the only fucking person that truly reprimanded Luffy as a captain. Because there was Water 7 when Zoro was like, this is what a captain is. But he didn't say to Luffy, you are failing at being a captain, did he? Vivi's the only fucking person who has said to Luffy, you are a failure as a captain. You have to do this to be a better captain. That is fucking crazy. Oh, did Iceberg do that too? I guess he did. Oh, he did, didn't he? But Vivi's the one that is obviously the closest with the crew. And it really pisses people off because, but Vivi's not strong. First of all, yes, she is. Second of all, she's incredibly intelligent. She knows how to lead people. And Jinbei is the reason Luffy is still around and with his crew in the time skip. Vivi's role would be diplomat. Now that Roger's crew has diplomat, I've been saying this for fucking years, guys. I said if Vivi joins the crew, she'd be the diplomat. Because Luffy has the Straw Hat fleet, and I don't think he knows what to do with them. If there's anyone that would know how to lead that many people, it's fucking Vivi. And now that Oda has revealed Roger's crew's roles and there was a diplomat, the stocks are up, guys. The stocks are up. They are so up. Chopper torturer. Who was Roger's diplomat? I don't remember the name. Hi, Subuki. It was the last SBS, yeah. And I remember that SBS because I'll say this again. I think I started the Zoro will develop into first mate thing, by the way. I think I did that. And the reason I think I did that is not because I said it, but because I was the one that like largely pointed out, no, Zoro's not the first mate and he never has been. And now I think that has created this theory that he will develop into the first mate, which I don't think is gonna happen. Because when that SBS came out and I said, wow, how interesting that Zoro and Sanji's roles aren't on Roger's crew. And so many people said, what do you mean first mate is there? And I said, guys, that's not Zoro's role. You've literally made yourself believe that's his role. And it made people go, it made everyone go, what? Because I had every single piece of evidence under the sun for over 20 years to tell them why that's the case. And then they went, oh shit, and they had to backtrack, and now they're saying, no, he will become the first mate. It's not gonna happen. Why in the world would a Straw Hat's role change after 20 years? A role that Zoro has been good at and sufficient at and what he does well for over 20 years. Why the fuck would that change? Again, that throws Water 7's lesson out the window if he has to like get a new role. It's just ridiculous. It's truly the new Zoro kills Kaido. I'm not kidding. Vivi's role changed from princess to queen. Damn, you got me there. If Zoro thinks himself lacking, he is going to change himself, not his role. He will believe himself to be lacking in his role, not, oh fuck, I need a better role. He's not gonna fucking quit and get a new job. That's what he would, that's what it sounds like. Oh fuck, I'm not good enough as a fighter. I'm gonna quit and label myself first mate. I'm gonna get a promotion. It's so stupid. I gotta change my occupation. Why did Roger give his child to his nemesis Garp? Because he couldn't get to Rayleigh. Remember, Roger was dying. He went off after, like, he went away first. And then Rouge got pregnant while his crew was gone. And don't remember, his crew went into hiding the second that they parted because the world government was after them. Roger was dying and Rouge was already pregnant. No fucking way he had the time to go and find Rayleigh. And he also had to not let anyone know that Ace was, like, in the womb. Like, it wasn't gonna happen. All he had was someone to try and entrust him to, and that was Garp. I think he would have gotten Rayleigh to raise Ace if he could have found him 100%. I just think what happened is, hi Votican, I just think he got Rouge pregnant and he went, fuck, my crew's split, I don't have the time to find them, I'll die before then. When people use Bartolomeo as proof, it's so fucking funny. Because that's the joke of Bartolomeo. He's a crazy fan that gets facts wrong about the crew. He literally called Luffy like an insane, murderous pirate. He thought Luffy was like a monster. New Mel art? What? Oh, this! I was like, where? Rayleigh's the combatant. Yeah. That's the funniest thing. When people argue this with me, I'm like, yeah, okay, everyone can fight. They have to fight. Like, again, like, everyone can steer the ship. But first mate is a role that Oda gives characters. In fact, it's quite a rare role. There aren't many first mates in One Piece. The only notable ones that I know of are Rayleigh and Ben Beckman. I don't think first mate is a role that really exists in the new generation of pirates. And I think that's on purpose. And also Buggy. Buggy had a role. Killer's not the first mate. King's not the first mate. Killer is only called first mate in the Vivre cards. He's never called first mate in any of the manga. He's actually called the fighter. King's not the first mate. He's called... Kaido calls King his right-hand man. That is not the first mate. King's role is literally an all-star. Killer's role is just like Zoro's. They are both fighters. Hang on, I have the, I saved all of these. Where'd they go? Oh, I saved them to my phone is what I did. Shit. Right-hand man is not first mate. No. You can be right-hand man in battle, yes. but it's not the same thing. Right-hand man is totally unofficial. You have absolutely no authority. So first mate implies authority. It's an authoritative role. It means when the captain isn't there, they all look to you and you take charge. Right-hand man is literally, there's zero authority. It's just, you help the captain when you can. You are side by side with the captain when a fight breaks out, but you don't have any authority to like call the shots to the crew. The crew will not look to you when the captain's not there. That's the biggest difference. That's why first mate is a role. Right-hand man is just a, I suppose, like a pleasantry that you're given. Right-hand man is not a role. It's also not a role. Like, again, there's a difference between a role and something that you can be called. Right? Like a swordsman. Zoro's fighter, but he's a swordsman, right? Zoro's that's what it is. I'm trying to find Killer's intro page. I had all of this saved. Did I delete all of it? Well, King was an all-star. So Kaido's crew didn't work with like those kinds of roles because his crew was so big. So Kaido had all-stars and then he had the Topidoppo. The all-stars were his main men. So King, as much as people don't want to hear this, was on the same level as Queen and Jack. I know people don't like hearing that, but that was what they were part of. They were all-stars. They quite literally labeled that. In the same way, Katakuri is not the first mate. He's a Sweets 3 general. Fuck, I thought I saved all of these. I saved them to my phone, but I lost them. Oh no, there they are. Hang on, I'm gonna send all of these to myself so I can pull these up. Which is what I'm saying. First mate is an incredibly rare role to get, and I believe it's a role that the new gen of pirates don't really indulge in. The three sweet generals are Katakuri, Smoothie, and Cracker. Hang on. This is why when people bring up first mate stuff, I'm like, that's a dated term that the old generation uses. It's not a thing. Luffy is not ever going to call anyone first mate. No one on the Straw Hats is going to get that role. Barely anyone has that role in the new generation of pirates, and it is a role. It's not just a title. Oda has specified that this is a role because he's given Rayleigh and Ben that role and has said that one page with Zoro on it is not about first mates. Because these characters don't have the role of first mate. So here, this page, right? Everyone brings this up. And they say, the only two first mates on this page are these two. Just them. And look how fucking old they are. Even though Marco and Katakuri are probably the same age. But these are the only two first mates. Bitch, Sabra's not even a fucking pirate. Like, these are the only two first mates on this page. So if we actually look at these characters, right? We have King and Queen are called lead performers in the official and all-stars in the unofficial. Those are their roles. Those are their titles. Lead performer. That's them. They don't have like roles similar to the way the Straw Hats have roles, because that's not how Kaido operates. So lead performer, and then here it is in the unofficials. All-star. He is not a first mate. He's never called a first mate. You know when someone's a first mate because they get called that, or their title box gets given that, or it's at the beginning of every volume when all the characters are listed off and Oda lists off the characters and their roles. Like, it's factual stuff, which is why it really frustrates me. And then if we look at Katakuri, there you go. Katakuri, Suite 3 General. Katakuri is a Suite 3 General. He's got no, like, upper or lower position amongst the Suite 3 Generals. He's just a Suite 3 General. In the same way, Smoothie is a Suite 3 General. And in the same way, where is Crackers? I've lost Crackers' page. Cracker is a Suite 3 General, but I've lost the page. Alright, well, I'm sorry, Cracker, I've lost your page, but he's a Suite 3 General. He's a Suite 3 General, believe me. And then the next one is Killer. So here we go. Here's Killer's introduction. Are we ready for this? From the South Blue Kid Pirates Fighter! Which is why when people go, but Zoro's part of the Supernovas, so is Killer, and Killer has the same fucking role as Zoro. Killer's never called the first mate. For some fucking reason, the Vivre cards call him that. He's never called that anywhere. Not even Kid calls Killer first mate. He's his fighter. They just have a close relationship. What a strange way to spell first mate. I'm right again. And then look, here's the full page if you wanna suss it out. Hi Bobbing, are you gonna say hello to me? Ta-da! There he is, Kid Pirates Fighter. Hi Bobbing! Bobbing, do you want to be my first mate? Hey? Oh, I bet you do, I bet you do. You'd want to be the captain and I'd be your first mate, Bobbing. I'd be your first mate. Because you're so super cute. You'd be my captain. Wait, hang on, I have an idea. Give me a sec. Right, well. Hold up. Okay, basically, I had a straw hat like this. It's a hair clip. I don't know where the straw hat hair clip went. It's probably in my bag, I just can't find it. But I wanted to... Bobbing! Bobbing, you're my captain! Oh my god, Captain! You look like Law, actually. Ah! You lost your hat. Blackbeard got her! Ah! But she's cute, isn't she? Trafalgar de-bobbing! Trafalgar de-bobbing! Don't take the hat off your head. You look cute. We're Trafalgar de-bobbing. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry! God, she's such a complainer. Get that weirdo's hat off me. Anyway, so there you go. Kid Pirates Fighter, Murder Machine Killer. And then who do we have next? We had Marco. Now Marco does actually have like a role and then a job, right? If that makes sense. So Marco is introduced to us as Whitebeard Pirates' 1st Division Commander. That's how he's introduced to us, because Ace was the 2nd Division, right? And then Jules was the 3rd Division. So there are multiple different divisions to take care of. But Marco's actual role... I know I have this saved. Where is it? Have I lost this as well? Why can't I find it? Marco's actual role is Doctor. And for some reason I've also lost this image. First Aid Division. Why can't I find this? Hang on. It's in Sphinx Island when we see Marco again. He's introduced to us as the Doctor. There it is. Former member of the Whitebeard Pirates, 1st Division Commander, Dr. Marco. So there you go. I think Marco is, from my knowledge, the only character that has like those 2 titles. But I assume the rest of Whitebeard's crew works the same way, where you'll have someone in a role and then they can also be a division commander if they so wish. No, he was Whitebeard's Doctor. So yeah, this is after they disbanded, but he was Whitebeard's Doctor. So it's not saying he's now a doctor because he's left the crew. He was a doctor. I think Blackbeard's crew also works the same. And then you have Shiryu. And Shiryu is introduced to us as second ship captain of the Blackbeard Pirates. Shiryu of the Rain, invisible man with a clear fruit. And every other member, like main member of the Blackbeard Pirates, is a captain of their own ship. 6th ship captain, Katarina. And then you also have 4th ship captain, Pizarro, I don't know how to say these names. So, see, Shiryu is never ever labeled with first mate either. It's because he's in control of the 2nd ship captain. He's the 2nd ship's captain, but every Blackbeard pirate, the main Blackbeard pirate, is captain of a respective ship. And then of course there's Beppo, and Beppo's navigator. I don't have the image for that, but Beppo's the navigator. Not the first mate. I thought Beppo was the first mate when I first watched. And then like Zoro, I was like, oh, never mind, he's never called that. He's just the navigator. So yeah, there you go. So when people use this page, I feel like Oda made this and then he went, oh fuck, they're getting it wrong. Because Oda literally answered that SBS like, no, it's not about first mates. It's not about first mates, and that proves it. Only 2 people on this page are first mate. First mate is not a very popular role to have anymore. Which is why I'm like, no, Zoro's not going to get the role of first mate. I feel like that's an old role that's been pretty much discarded by the new generation. Doo-doo. Which is why I have to make a video about this, because it's been driving me insane. Because people think I'm belittling Zoro, and it's like, I'm not fucking belittling him. It's just not actually his role, and his role is incredibly suitable, and he's so competent at his role. You guys are saying he needs more than that. I'm not the one belittling him, you are! You are looking at the role Zoro has had for over 20 years and saying, no, that's not good enough. Who the fuck is belittling him between the 2 of us? Not me! I'm the one saying he's doing a damn good job. Not me. No, you know, that's not wrong. They're not wrong for having an old mate. They're just old-fashioned. They're definitely old-fashioned. The only thing I'd touch on with live-action Zoro is this is wrong. The only thing I'd say is this is not actually written by Oda, and there's a million fucking things that have been approved by Oda, but talk differently to the source material. I always bring this up. When people fucking try to bring up Oda approved, you know what I like to bring up? You know what I like to bring up when they say, oh, Oda approved it, Oda approved it? This. Okay, so Oda has also approved Sanji being the only other person ever to use Zoro's sword, Wado. And you know what? Even the Food Wars author said we were sending the storyboards to Oda and he'd revise them and then send them back to us. This has just as much Oda, like, in it as the fucking live action does. And this is a million times better. You know why? Because they actually listen to Oda. Because they actually fucking listen to him instead of just threw his like woes to the side, which they clearly did. If anyone fucking brings up the live action, it's gonna be, yeah, and Oda didn't want Garp in the live action, they put Garp in there anyway. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit about the live action. Like, if anyone uses the live action for any arguments, I'm sorry, I'm not listening. You've lost me. You totally lost me. Yeah, Applesauce, you can send links. Every fucking time people say Oda approved, I use this as my, like, shotgun. And I say, So I can say, canonically, Sanji is the only person that Zoro's ever trusted with Wado. Ever. And watch them go, I have the interviews to prove just how much Oda worked on this as well. So you can't get me. You cannot get me. Let me have a look. Bro, it's me. Why do I look so little? What has the camera done to me? Thank you, I love it. I love it so much. I'm a fan. Do 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 do. Do do do. I have a theory for why Oda talks to Makenyu, Zoro's live action actor, a lot. Makenyu literally had an interview where he was like, I mean, they gave me the script and it didn't feel like Zoro, but I did my best to try and be Zoro. I need to find that interview again. But he quite literally said, I read the script and didn't think this was Zoro, but I did my best to still be Zoro. So I think they yapping it up about how it was like, yeah. That was a real fucking interview. It was like published. I need to find it again. I do want them to make an anime of the Food Wars manga. Oh, I gotta feed the cats. I'll be back. Do, do, do. She's back. The goyles have been fed. Oh fuck, I gotta put on a do not talk about chapter 1156. Anyway, if anyone tries to bring up anything, I always say I don't use outside the manga as any kind of source. Simply because there is one thing we know for a fact Oda has the most control over with his story. And that's the manga. And people go, oh, editors. And it's like, okay, even if editors, like, were doing anything, he still has the most control with the manga. He's got a lot more control with a manga that he is making than a fucking Hollywood Netflix multi-million-dollar project with 1 billion people behind it. With like thousands of people working behind it. So don't fuck with me. Like, I don't know why you'd read the manga. See that it's never said in the manga. Then go outside the manga and say, aha! So it is canon. What are you talking about? Don't get me wrong, editors can be a problem. Like, editors can get too bossy and demand too much. But from the interviews and, like, comments I've seen of Oda with his editors, there is absolutely no indication that they have as much control as people say they do. I think it's pretty clear he has majority control over the story he wants to tell. From what I've seen of Oda's editor comments, he would create something such as the Subodhi arc, and he would feel he needed something more with the Subodhi or with an arc, and an editor would recommend or suggest something. Every time Oda talks about his editors, it's literally just an editor giving a suggestion or a recommendation or just some kind of like criticism for him to think about, and he'll either take it or leave it. Shanks's arm, for example, that wasn't an editor telling him to do that. That was an editor suggesting maybe you need to make this more exciting, and then Oda said, you know what, that's a good point, I'm going to take off Shanks's arm. Introducing all the characters in Subodhi, that wasn't the editor saying you need to introduce more characters. That was the editor saying, I think you need something more here. And Oda said, I'm going to introduce some characters. Every time Oda talks about his editors, it's always they suggested maybe I do something, and he was the one that came up with the idea, not them. They said, maybe give us something more, and he went, you know what, that's a good point, I'm going to give you something more. Which is how an editor should work. That is what an editor should be doing. Do, 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 do. Aha! Thought you could trick me. Gotta make sure this doesn't crash my system. There we go. It's really frustrating when people look at One Piece and they look at Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball and they say, yes, these are clearly the same things, I would now compare them for everything. Because I say this time and time again, Dragon Ball is fun, but I thought we all knew that it's like famously kind of not well written. Like, it's fun, but the story aspect of it isn't the best part of it, is it? That's not really what people talk about. Like, Toriyama, again, Fly High, absolutely inspirational king, did not have this story planned or set out. He even said that, didn't he? That he was like, I kind of just kept making shit up. Like, hi, I'm Goku. And it's like, it's fine if that's the case, but looking at something like Dragon Ball that was very loosely written to One Piece that is so clearly like really like plotted out. Maybe not everything, of course, not everything is plotted out, but it's a lot more plotted out. It's like, how the fuck are you going to compare these two stories and how these two authors handle their story? They're totally different. They're just totally different. Again, this isn't to say that Dragon Ball's bad. I don't think it's bad. It's just, you don't watch Dragon Ball or read Dragon Ball because you're expecting a fantastic story, do you? Right? Like, you're not expecting the biggest plot or narrative ever. You're expecting boom pow. Doo-doo. It's not a bad thing at all. It's just really frustrating when it gets compared to One Piece, and it's like these two stories are totally different and totally differently like handled. I don't know everything Toriyama said. I just know that the reason we know Dragon Ball got kind of fucked over by the editors is because Toriyama himself said that. Mob Psycho is fucking infinitely better written than Dragon Ball. Look, most things are better written than Dragon Ball. This is what I mean. The writing of Dragon Ball is not very good. It's just a really fun series. It's a really, really fun series. And again, that's fine. Because I always say the worst thing you can ever be is boring. It's boring. Even if your writing is not very good, so long as it's not boring, people will like it. Mob Psycho is a million times better written. No! Bakugo was the best part of Hero Academia. I'm not talking about Hero Academia again. This always happens. Mob Psycho... It's hard to compare the writing between One Piece and Mob Psycho because I honestly think they do the same things. Like, Mob Psycho and One Piece have the exact same themes. Odd Taxi's really good. That reminds me, I watched all Movements of the Earth. It's really fucking good. This is like kind of underground, this anime. Kind of, I say. I think it's very popular in Japan. I think it's this. So basically what this is about, I want to say this because I really like this. This is one of the best series I've ever watched. It's about people growing up in a time of ultra religious oppression. As in, if you try to say anything that goes against the scriptures, try to look into anything that goes against the scriptures, you will be labeled a heretic, and you will be hunted down and tortured and maybe killed if you do not repent. And it's about stargazing, it's about astrology, and it's about heliocentrism. And heliocentrism is the Earth turns. So where these characters, the time these characters are growing up in, is the belief. Sorry, astronomy or astrology? Did I say astrology? Sorry, astronomy. My bad. No, it's not about star signs. It's about stars and navigation. But what it's about is these characters have been grown up in a time where the belief is the Earth stays still, right? The Earth does not turn. Everything turns around the Earth. And the reason it's blasphemous to try and find out, like, if the Earth itself moves is because the heavens are up there and the Earth is at the bottom, right? So people are on Earth basically for their sins, and they have to live through this sinful life, and they have to be punished for it. And up there is the sky. And once you die, you go up to heaven, into the heavens, right? And the reason things fall as well on Earth is because gravity, because the Earth is the center of the universe, so everything falls down, blah, 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 blah. They explain it obviously a lot better in the anime itself. And it also has a manga, which I didn't read. But it's quite literally about all these people have fear of their life. They have hatred of life. They have almost a disgust with life. And they're God-fearing people, a lot of them. But discovering that the Earth actually spins, and discovering that the Earth might actually be a part of the heavens, gives them a different kind of faith to want to see beauty in the world, and to want to see life as something not to be condemned or to be sinful about, but we are part of the heavens too. Earth is beautiful too. We can be beautiful too. We don't have to be just God-fearing on this Earth. It's so emotional. It's so emotional. I cried so many times watching this thing. I cannot tell you how absolutely emotional this was. It's one of the best written series like I've ever seen. Not just anime. In general. It's just really, really, really good. I was like sobbing. I was really sobbing throughout a lot of it. And I think the messages are just fantastic. Don't look up anything about it. I think spoilers can honestly ruin this. But listen, it's not like One Piece, but it's handled like One Piece. You know exactly what I mean when you start watching it. It's literally got like One Piece themes. It's like, I watched this and I was like, holy fuck, this is just like One Piece. It's got a whole passing of the torch like idea, like passing of will idea. It's really, really, really good. It's dark. Yeah, it's pretty dark. It's dark, but it's really good. It's like dark, but it's hopeful. I can't explain it. It's just, there were so many times in this series that I got goosebumps and started crying, because there are so many times where characters like, the Earth is beautiful, life is beautiful, to live is beautiful, I'm not condemned to Earth because I'm a sinner, I'm part of the heavens too, I can exist amongst beauty as well. And I was like, ah! I was like, I'm sobbing, I can't fucking do this. It's really, really good. It's super duper good, but it's a bit heavy. It's called Orb on the Movements of the Earth. Just look up like Orb anime and you'll probably get it. But Orb on the Movements of the Earth. It's really, really good. There are so many scenes in this. Like, I'm thinking about it and I'm getting goosebumps. It's so good. Like, you will sob, you will cry. There's a lot of talking though. There's a lot of talking. There's a lot of if I debate that idea, but it's not done like fucking Death Note where it's like, shut up, you're such a loser. It's like, you're actually like, whoa. You're actually listening and going, oh, that's, whoa. You're actually listening to it and paying attention and nodding. And you just, you know, you decide yourself if you really believe what these people are thinking or what these people are saying. Orb's really good. It's truly one of the best series I've ever seen. I will be rewatching it. And the characters are super duper duper good. My favorite character... I'm trying to get a good photo of him. Also, the night sky in this anime is always like the most beautiful thing in the world. Like in the anime, the night sky is always the most beautiful part of the series. It's just incredible. This guy. Oxy. I like him a lot. Oops. Because he's a good boy. He was such a good boy. In like a wholesome way. He made me cry so many times. I really liked him. And another girl as well. Hang on, my two favorite characters. And my second favorite character was this lass. Draka, her name is. Really, really liked her. Really, really, really liked her. She was fucking awesome. She's very Nami core. When I saw her and she's like spoke, I was like, she's Nami. I'm pretty sure the Orb author like is a One Piece fan. I'm pretty sure it's 25 episodes because she's so Nami core. And a lot of the themes feel super One Piece. But it's not like One Piece, but it's got One Piece themes to such a heavy extent. But yeah, it's super duper whooper good. Don't look up anything about it. Just watch it. I've told you all you need to hear. Oh! I don't know. Someone said it's on Netflix, but I watched it on a totally legal streaming site. Guys, I watch everything on totally legal streaming sites, okay? Okay? But is it on Australian Netflix? I don't know. No, guys, piracy is bad. Leaks, though. Leaks fucking suck. There's a difference between pirating and leaks. I think that's what people don't know. That's what they don't get. But yeah, pirating, bad. Bad. Leaks, actually horrible. Actually fucking horrible. Leaks and pirating are not the same thing. Like, I don't give a fuck if you read the One Piece manga on any other site after the chapters have come out. But reading the leaks before the officials have even come out, that's the issue. There's absolutely no reason to be doing that when we are literally in the age of we are getting the chapter with Japan. Like, why the fuck do we need that? Why don't I have this screenshot on its own? For some reason I've only got this with the little laws in the corner. How do I not have it by itself? I've been looking for it this whole time. I have this image of Law. Cracks me. Ballerina! Ballerina cappuccina. Me. That's what I was trying to remember. How do I feel about being spoiled for a show before I watch it? Makes me upset. Makes me upset. If I see a show that I want to watch, I stay completely offline until I watch it. Or I don't look up anything about it until I finish watching it. Jaren, you can keep that opinion to yourself. God. Oh god, my beautiful princess. Oh, my beautiful princess whomst I love. This is not a My Hero fan safe space. I'm sorry, man. I really don't like it. I have a lot of issues with it. Devilman! How do I not have that Doffy image on its own? This is baffling me. The only way I could have made that edit is if I had the... oh fuck, there it is. I'm just blind. Wow. I'm just blind. I just closed the file that I needed. God. It's called Doffy Upset, yeah. La 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 la. But yeah, Orb is now going into my orbit, haha, of anime I will recommend to people for sure. Because as some people here know, the #1 anime I always recommend to people is Kids on the Slope. It's just such a masterpiece. Again, not just anime, series overall. I really don't like when anime gets put into its own category of like, it's good for an anime, and it's like, no, it's just good as a series all around. It's good as a media. Wasn't the manga for Kids on the Slope made after the anime? Because I thought it was a novel first, unless I was wrong about that. Oh, it was a manga. Why did I think it was a novel? Sorry, I don't know where I got that from. My bad, Chief. Ah, I must be thinking of Durarara. I've not seen Blue Period. I'm sorry, I don't like JoJo. It's just too ridiculous for me. JoJo's another one of those things where I got into it because I thought the story was gonna be like incredible. And then I was like, what is this? I personally wouldn't say JoJo is very well written, but again, it's fun. But I was not given the idea that it was what it was, you know what I mean? Yeah, ridiculous is the point, right? But it wasn't good enough for me. It needed to, like, actually be engaging, and it wasn't engaging for me. I'm sorry. Again, it's not bad. I just don't think it's a writing, like... It's not my kind of writing, let's just say that. One Piece is ridiculous, but the writing is really fucking good. Like, I just don't think JoJo's writing is on a level of being engaging to me. I have heard of Blue Period, yeah. That's the other thing though, I don't want to watch something that's in parts. You guys know how much that irks me when someone's like, no, this part is really good. And I'm like, I don't fucking want to watch it for one part. I want to watch the whole thing and enjoy the whole thing. I want maybe 1 or 2 like episodes where I'm like, that wasn't as good as the rest. But I don't want to skip whole arcs or parts and be like, I guess that was okay. Like, I want to enjoy the whole thing. I've talked about this. That's the biggest issue shonen has. People will watch for an arc or a part, not for the whole thing, and then they'll say it's really good. It cannot be really good if only one part of it is really good. Get out of here. I just don't believe in that. Like, I want to enjoy my experience. I don't want to slog through something just to get to the good part. But hey, maybe that's just me. But I think that's a specific shonen problem, honestly. I guess maybe it's like having different books in the same series, but it's just it wasn't engaging enough. Like, I don't know, will it get me executed to say I don't think JoJo's writing is that good, I just think it's entertaining? Which again, it's fine, but I was led to believe that the writing was like really good. And then I watched it and I was like, this is not that good. This is like, there's a lot of issues. There's a lot left to be desired, in my opinion. Because a lot of the... I'm sorry, guys. A lot of the characters felt really one note. And I was like, eh. It's not something... Look, it's not something I'm a part of. This is not something I can get into. I just can't get into it. I can't do it. I watched JoJo before One Piece, by the way. I watched up tons of shit before One Piece, trying to find something I really liked. JoJo was something I watched before One Piece. I got up to part 3, and I had to stop because I was like, I'm starting to groan. Like, watching through everything, I just can't do it. Do. It's fine if you like it though. But I was certainly led to believe it was better written than it actually was, and I went, okay. Around that same time, I tried watching Naruto. I didn't care for it. The first episodes, like, bored me to bits. I just couldn't do it. Bleach, couldn't do it. Hero Academia, I watched the most of Hero Academia, and I went, never mind. I have to drop this. I haven't tried Full Metal Alchemist, and I keep meaning to, but I know I like Full Metal. There was other shit that I watched that I don't remember now. Tried Hunter x Hunter, didn't like it, I'm sorry. Hunter x Hunter has that same problem of an arc is good. And people praise it for an arc, not for the actual whole thing in of itself. Which again, just frustrates me greatly, really frustrates me. I just hate hearing, just get to this part. I hate hearing that. Why can't I enjoy it as I'm watching it? Like, even if it's beginning, like, even if you're at the start and it's building up, I still want to enjoy that part. That's my issue. I'm not saying it has to be peak from the start. I'm saying that I want to enjoy it from the start. Soul Eater never appealed to me, so I didn't try it. I tried watching Psyche K. Wasn't much into it. It was funny, but again, I feel like I just need more than just skits. Mob Psycho as well, of course, peak. I was led to believe, yeah, get to Arlong Park with One Piece. I was also led to believe that. And from the start, I was like, wait, but I'm really enjoying this. Luffy popped out of the barrel and I went, what? And then we met Zoro and I was like, oh, he's gonna be so fucking annoying and boring. And then he was fun. And I was like, oh! And then we met Nami and she was a competent character who was fun. And I went, oh! And then we met Usopp and he was so anti-shonen that I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting him to be annoying, not heartwarming. And I went, oh! And then we met Sanji, who I thought was going to be a pervert. And I thought I was going to hate him. And then I loved him. And I went, oh! And then it just kept getting better. It just kept getting better. Like, Arlong Park is not what you should get to for One Piece to get good. It's what you should get to decide if you really like it. Because before Arlong Park, it's fun. It's fun. And if you get to Arlong Park and you're still not having fun, then okay, drop it. But if you're having fun before Arlong Park is going to be a fucking experience for you. Because I think Baratier is really good. Baratier was really, really good. Like, I didn't have that with these other anime. I didn't have that 1, 2, 3 start where I was like, I'm liking this aspect. Oh, and I'm liking this aspect. Oh, and I'm liking this aspect. It was more like I might have liked one thing, but the rest of it, I was like, this is a bit of a slog. I mean, Gon and Luffy are similar, but it's in the same way Goku and Luffy are similar. Just because they're similar doesn't mean they're the same character. Doesn't mean I'm gonna like them as much. Because I only watched 20 episodes of it, but my 20 episodes is my standpoint when I'm done. Like, I just don't think Gon was as good as Luffy. He was cute, but he didn't give me that excitement like Luffy did. I don't know, I just didn't get the same feeling. Also, I'll be honest, I just don't like child characters that much. I'm not a big fan of like baby character. I'm sorry. I mean, I've already seen the spoilers for Hunter x Hunter and like the 4 endings that the author wrote. It just doesn't appeal to me that much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just, guys, I'm not a shonen fan. And I'm serious. When I say I'm not a shonen fan, people think I'm like joking. I'm serious. One Piece is incredibly rare. Incredibly rare. One Piece is like the only shonen that I think is this like incredible. I stand by that Hunter x Hunter I think is good, but I think it's good, it's like really good for a shonen. I think for other forms of media, I don't think Hunter x Hunter is like a masterpiece. I will happily compare One Piece to other media and say, yeah, this is fucking incredible. But when it came to Hunter x Hunter and how it started and what I got up to, I was like, I don't think I'd compare this to other media and say it's as good. Like, I think a lot of people get stuck in that shonen bubble and they watch so much shonen that when they read something that feels different to the regular shonen, they'll be like, wow. But if you compare it to other forms of media, it's like, okay, it's good, you know? But I wouldn't compare it to like everything else that I've watched and be like, yeah, it's good. Do you know what I mean? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be harsh. These are just my honest opinions. I can compare One Piece to other media that I've watched that are not shonen and not anime and be like, wow. But I can't do that with other shonen. I mean, agree to disagree, Jolly. But I just couldn't. I couldn't get into it. There you go. Did you get to the arc? No, because it was a slog to have to get through the arcs. Like, I'll be honest with you guys. Hunter x Hunter has an incredibly weak opening. And a lot of people say, oh, but opening this and opening that. Your introduction should be strong. I know it's tough, but your introduction should be strong. An introduction is something that should be strong. An introduction is something that should bring an audience in. That's something you are taught, by the way, when it comes to like fictional writing or any kind of writing. I just don't think Hunter x Hunter's writing, like opening, was very strong. It was very boring to me. And I was like, oh, like, I'm sorry, I can't. I don't want to get through this part just to enjoy the next part. I want to be able to enjoy it as a whole. I can hate something and analyze it. In fact, that can be enjoyable, to hate something and analyze it. But, oh my god, you look great, Doffy. But, I still want to like something and analyze it. I can't analyze something if I'm just like, it was like, okay. See, and that's fine if you didn't like One Piece. See, I'm not saying like, but everyone liked One Piece's opening. That's totally fine, but I really enjoyed One Piece's opening. If I didn't enjoy One Piece's opening, I wouldn't be a One Piece fan. I wouldn't be here right now. Mob Psycho is not shonen, no. Look, all I know is everything I like and everything I enjoy media-wise, I have had fun with from the start, right? I have enjoyed from the start. Orb on the Movement of the Earth, very first episode, I was hooked. I thought, wow, this is something I want to invest in. Because a lot of people say, well, introductions don't have to do this. I do believe an introduction does need to be strong. I think that can show the potential of a writer. Because I watched through 3 seasons of Hero Academia trying to give it that chance, and I went, it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. I can't do this. Which is why 20 episodes is my point. If by 20 episodes I don't want to keep going, I'm not going to keep going. Where's the part where Doffy, like, rises up in flames? Crucified! The reason 20 episodes, by the way, is my, is like my point, is because by episode 20 of One Piece I was already invested, and that was before Sanji. Sanji was introduced on episode 20, And Sanji is like my favorite character in all of fiction. If I can enjoy One Piece before my favorite character in all of fiction was introduced, and that's 20 episodes in, 20 episodes should be plenty enough time for everyone else. Because One Piece is fucking 1,000 episodes long. And I enjoyed One Piece like not even 2% of the way in. I haven't watched Dungeon Meshi. But yeah, as always, if you like what you like, it's fine. I'm just not gonna have the same interests as you. Like, do I enjoy other manga genres more? Yeah, a lot more. I really enjoy the josei genre, I think is what it's called. Because that's what Kids on the Slope was, wasn't it? Yeah, Kids on the Slopes are josei. The women genre! I do need to watch more from it though. Witch Hat Atelier? Yeah. I'll say bye, Subuki. Sorry, I didn't say bye. But it really does feel like every time I say I'm not a shonen fan, I don't really like the way shonen works and the way shonen functions, and people, like, it feels like they don't believe me until they say, do you like this shonen? This popular shonen? And I say no, and they go, what? And it's like, I told you I'm not a shonen fan. I just feel like shonen is very... Because, well, that's what genres do. Shonen is very, you know... They're all similar in what they do, which is why I'm not going to like the majority of them. As always, One Piece is just incredibly special. It really hooked me like nothing else. Seven to 8. I like music animes, but I can't find many of them. Because, like, my favorite anime ever is Kids on the Slope, and that's a music anime. 728, that's what I'm looking for. I don't have 728 downloaded, seriously. Not downloaded, but converted. For God's sake, okay. No! Danny? Is that how I say your name? Dan? But I really want to. In fact, that was probably going to be my next watch after Orb. Banana Fish as well was also really good. But it was sad as fuck. Sad as fuck. Banana Fish was so sad. Despite of how the world decides to see my life. I've seen Yuri on Ice. Yuri on Ice was good and I enjoyed it, but it's another one of those, the writing was a bit of a mess. It was good, but the writing was messy. However, I need you guys to know, one of my favorite like series ever is Free Iwatobi Swim Club. And I'm saying this so you guys understand that I can still like things that are poorly written. Free Iwatobi Swim Club is a fucking mess. It's burning, hot, dumpster, garbage fire. It is such a mess. It is one of the funniest things ever written unintentionally, but I love it. It's a mess, but it's my mess. Like, Free is worse written than, like, Yuri on Ice. But it is so funny. It is so much more than just hot dudes. It's a boy drama. It's past relationships. It's swimming. It is such a mess. But oh my god, it's such a guilty pleasure. I love watching it and I love laughing at it. Also, Saw series as movies. Like, gore aside, I don't actually watch them for the gore, I need you guys to know. The Saw movies are such a fucking mess. They are so poorly written that it gets to the point that it's funny. That it's just really funny. And I know that sounds like psychotic, but I swear it's not me going haha gore. It's me going, god, this writing is so messy. Mikey, I have, but that's dangerous. Kuroko's Basketball. I love Kuroko's Basketball. I love it. I love it so much. The writing is not as good. Parts of it is good. Kuroko's a shonen that I like, Kuroko's Basketball. But Kuroko's Basketball is good is because it's less about the sport and more about the boy drama. The boy drama in Kuroko's Basketball is so good. Kuroko's Basketball is so fucking petty. I love it so much. It is like not incredibly written, Kuroko's Basketball. I would never call it a masterpiece. But it's a masterpiece to me because of what it means to me. Oh, Berserk has really, like, infamously bad anime and adaptations. Unfortunately for Berserk, the best thing we'll ever get is the manga. I don't know why, they're really bad at adapting it. I mean, I think I know why. I think the original wasn't too bad, was it? But then they didn't keep making it. Don't like this guy. Guys, is it just me or does this music slap? Slap. I feel like doing a jig. Whoa. I would keep reading One Piece if Oda couldn't finish it and someone else started writing for him, only because I know his notes are insanely extensive. Would it feel the same? No, of course it wouldn't. But at the same time, I feel like that embodies One Piece's message, you know? Being able to pass the torch and being able to embody someone else's will. So I'd 100% keep reading it. Even if it didn't feel the same, it's still in the spirit of One Piece. I actually don't know. Is Berserk still going? Yeah, I'm gonna get a new avatar soon. It's gonna be from a different artist, but I'm keeping this from Goldstein. VTuber. Yeah, look at me being a VTuber. Doing too much. Stop it! Guys, check this out. That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. Loaf 1 and loaf 2. Also, in all honesty, I'm probably going to be streaming for maybe another hour and a half. I know I haven't done much work today, but I had a lot to do this morning. And I'm a little bit tuckered out. Is this when Luffy kicks his shit in? Sorry, I love seeing Doffy get beaten up, and not because not like how I like Sanji and Law getting beaten up, but because Doffy fucking deserves it. I'll never forget when I was watching this and Luffy got that first punch in on Doffy and I went, yeah! Get his ass! Get this horrible fucking man's ass! It feels so good watching Doffy get the shit beaten out of him. My stomach is growling. When does Doffy get hit by the chunklers? Sorry, I don't speak Spanish. I'm sorry if I butchered that. Oh, Luffy. That's my alpha. That's my alpha. Get him. Yeah, he's bouncing on it. Crazy style. Why his boobies out? Deserved, you bitch. Think of the smell, you bitch. Sorry. And Zoro was on this fucking bird. Oh my god, Zoro and Dressrosa was so fucking funny. It was so funny. Look at him, little tontatas. There was a little tontatas on him. Aww. Off he goes. When the hell does he get hit by the flip-flops of liberation? I want to say the thongs of liberation, but that's an Aussie thing, and every time I say thongs, non-Aussies go, what? Thong? That's underwear to you. To you. Mashal, that's fine. I just don't agree. my god, this fucking... I haven't used that in a while. Oh my god, where the hell does Doffy get hit by Luffy's thongs? I remember it because Doffy goes flying. Wasn't it here? Was this it? No, this was a punch. Doffy goes flying and then Luffy jumps back in and hits him with his hockey infused chunkless. Wait, what does he say? Sorry. Oh, I love One Piece. Why are you here? That's what I'd like to know. What the hell sent me flying? Here he comes! This has to be it. Here it is! This is it! And then he dodges that. And he hits him with his fucking feet. Oh, it's good every time! It's good every time! Oh god. Iconic. The hockey infused chunklers. It's good every time! And then he goes flying. How embarrassing is this for him? Woof! 726, okay. That is not how you spell his name, Kason. Fuck, I didn't mean to take the audio away. It's just good every time. Oh fuck. You know he's embarrassed as well. I'd be mad as fucking hell if that happened to me. If someone kicked me in the face with their hockey infused chunklers and I went flying because of it. This is what I always say. I feel like Luffy's biggest like ability is enemy morale being lowered because you're fighting Luffy. Because when Lucci was fighting Gear 5, I have to give it to Lucci that he stood back up. And the reason I say that is because I was watching this man be treated like a fucking cartoon character. He got hit by Luffy and then he'd go boing, 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 bonk into the wall like a cartoon character. And he still stood back up. If that happened to me, I'm not standing back up. I'm done. I'm not fighting anymore. I've been made a fool of. There's nothing more to do. That's it. My aura is gone. The win is useless. What's the point of winning? I've just been like shamed. You know what I mean? I just can't imagine getting punched, boing, 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 and then you Wile E. Coyote into the wall. Like, I'm not getting back up. I'm done. Like, you can win the battle after that, but you did not win the war. Do you know what I mean? You are forever tarnished that that happened to you. Oh, please, when Lucci thought he could take on Gear 5 Leafy. What a joke, right? What a joke. What a G-oak. My roommates are, my friends are home. Okay, hang on, I'll be back. I'm back. Sorry, I just wanted to say hi to my friends. They've been out all day. That worked better than I thought it would. We don't fight at the Baratier, so.
Howdy do, boys.
Oops, sorry about that. I got jump scared. Nah, Shanks hasn't used a gun in battle before. Oh no, Zoro was definitely being held back. Zoro, again, there's something going on with him mentally. I feel like that much is obvious. And I feel Zoro was not going all in when fighting Lucci for different reasons. One of the reasons is because I think Wano shook him, Onigashima shook him, because he very nearly died like 3 times over in Onigashima, and that I think freaked him the fuck out, because not only did he like have to get revived by the minx to be able to keep fighting, but after King he nearly fell off the cliff and died, and he was out for like a week, and King was a real struggle for him, and I think that really scared him. And I think now he's a bit afraid to go all in. And I think that's what is blocking off, like, his abilities. And I think that's why, when he heard Sanji say he's a liability, that's what made Zoro lock the fuck in. Because he realized, I have to do something now. I'm currently weighing the crew down by not taking Lucci out. He saw death itself, exactly. I talk about this in my Zoro Bushido and Death video, by the way. I talk about why I think he didn't go all out against Lucci for this exact reason. No, I think the Grim Reaper was just him being closer than ever to death. And that's scaring the absolute shit out of him. I think Zoro is scared of death, and that's hindering him. I think Zoro's a lot of talk when he's like, if I die for my dream, I die. But Zoro definitely sees death as failure. Because the Baratier, when he fought Mihawk and Mihawk went to like kill him, and he let go of Wato's sword, that speaks volumes. That I think he sees death as I failed. And he also sees death as I can't keep protecting my crew if I'm gone. I think death greatly scares Zoro, and he doesn't even really realize it. And the Grim Reaper was proof of that, because he was like backing up. He was like, I can't move. And he was like, no, don't. Like, he was begging the Grim Reaper not to take him. But yeah, death greatly scared him in Onigashima. That's why I say Onigashima has changed him. He is different since Onigashima, and that much is clear to me. Which is why when I go from Onigashima to Egghead to Elbaf, this is a new, like, this is an arc for Zoro. He's going through something, and it's quite clear. Because no one else does see this. Because I'm one of the only people talking about it. No one gives a damn when I talk about it. Or they think I'm slandering him. Because my goat doesn't get anxious. My goat doesn't get worried. Yes, he does. Shut up. He's a human being. That's what I think that's exactly what is happening. In Egghead, he acted tough when he was upset at himself. When Luffy was crying over Vegapunk dying. Zoro said, she's an emperor, you shouldn't be crying over some stupid old man. And even Jinbe, we know that that was too harsh because Jinbe went, what the fuck? That was Zoro lashing out. Because again, Zoro's a dickhead when he's upset. When Zoro's upset, he lashes out, he acts like a dick. Yes? So that was Zoro lashing out because in my opinion, he thinks he didn't do a good enough job on Egghead. And again, for some reason, people get really upset when I say that, but I think the proof is right there. The fact that Sanji called him a liability and that made him snap. And he got picked up by Jinbe. If you were Zoro, would you feel that your performance was good enough? Would you feel that you aided the crew? I personally wouldn't. I would feel like I didn't do enough and I wasn't where I needed to be. Because Lucci even said to Zoro, and a lot of people say, oh, but Lucci just says shit. But here's the thing, Lucci was right. Lucci said to Zoro, the crew could leave without you. The crew could leave now if you weren't still stuck here. Because remember, it was a time issue. They had to get off that island immediately. Zoro was like in the island, deep in the island, still fighting Lucci. And Lucci said to Zoro, like, you're stuck here. And if you weren't stuck here, the crew could leave and go to safety. And he basically said to Zoro, you're dead weight. And Zoro was like, whoa, you don't control this fight. And then what happened? And then he heard Sanji say, oh my god, Zoro's still fighting Lucci. He's a liability. And that made Zoro snap. And I ask you, Why would Zoro snap if Zoro didn't feel there was a bit of a semblance of truth in that? Zoro was mad. That upset him. And the only reason that could upset him is because he feels I'm wasting my time here. What the fuck is going on? He wasn't going all out on Lucci because he was clearly holding back because of what happened in Onigashima. He's scared. Like he's got anxiety, man. He has anxieties of this shit. Onigashima has changed him. It freaked him out. He wasn't fighting the way he should fight. Some people pointed out, but he wasn't even wearing his bandana. Yeah, why do we think that is? Maybe because when he wears his bandana, he gets serious, right? When he wears his bandana, he's about to like really fight, right? Zoro didn't put on his bandana possibly because he didn't feel he could. That in itself is storytelling. That is visual storytelling, that he didn't put on that bandana. Again, probably because maybe he didn't feel he could. Maybe because he didn't feel he was going to go all out in that moment. Because, again, he's worried. Something is happening with him mentally. The end of Egghead is proof of that he was like lashing out. Then we get to Elbaf and he's extra harsh. He's being extra critical. He's being extra like scrutinizing of like Luffy and what Luffy is doing, right? And Zoro wasn't where he needed to be in Elbaf. Had Zoro not gone down with Luffy to the underworld, he'd be up there right now helping the Straw Hats. If he just believed in his captain and his captain's own like faith and own word of Loki, Zoro wouldn't be down there right now. I thought it was so bizarre that Zoro was like, no, I don't trust your instincts. I don't trust your instincts, so I'm going to go with you. When the fuck has Zoro done that? When has Zoro not trusted Luffy's instincts within the time skip? The only other time was really the Vivi situation, but that wasn't Luffy's instincts. That was Luffy and the whole crew going, oh my god, I miss Vivi. And we've seen Zoro do the same thing at the end of Alabasta, when all of the crew were crying for Vivi, and Zoro said, if you miss her so much, why didn't you just kidnap her? Right? Zoro has done that before. That's an emotional moment, and that's Zoro going, guys, like, you're getting a bit emotional, maybe chill out a little bit. But when it comes to Luffy saying, no, these are my instincts, I feel he's a good guy, and Zoro going, I'm gonna believe the rumors first. That's weird. And you know why I know that's weird? Because Nami didn't give a fuck. Nami didn't give a fuck about what Luffy was doing with Loki. She didn't care. Even though she also knew Loki wasn't the best guy. So it's like, when people say like, oh, well, Zoro's just trying to keep tabs on Luffy. Why does he need to keep tabs on Luffy at this point? He had no reason to keep tabs on Luffy. Luffy's instinct is what has saved thousands of people, Zoro included. Which is why it was bizarre and ironic. Right? That Zoro was like, no, I'm gonna go, like, help Luffy. He's overcompensating. And we can tell he's overcompensating. And you know why we can tell? Because Gaban has just said to him, you need to shape the fuck up. Gaban has just proven to Zoro what he was worried about internally, which is, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing what I need to be doing. Gaban has just fucking said that to his face. You need to know this shit. You need to be better than this. This is what Zoro was thinking all along. That he's feeling, I gotta shape up. I'm not doing enough right now. So he was lashing out. He was acting like a dickhead because he had this worry. And now Gaban has said this to him, and what did Zoro say? Oh, sorry. He didn't even fight back. He just said sorry. He didn't even like fight with Sanji in that moment and go, haha, I have cock and you don't. He just said, oh, sorry. Because he knew deep down that there was something wrong. And Gaban has just proved it to us. But hey, whenever I say this shit, people get on my dick about it. And it's like, I'm just reading the story for what I'm seeing it. I'm seeing a character that is struggling, which is why I like One Piece. But whatever. Whatever, I don't even care. Oops. It's the fact I was proven right too. Once again, the fact I was right in I don't think Zoro knows he has conquerors. And the fact I was right in the Lucci thing and his conquerors just instinctively came out there because he had to shape up, right? He wasn't just holding back because, oh, I'm just gonna hold back to have fun with Lucci. What a stupid thing to say, I'm sorry. But he was holding back because there's a mental block going on. The fact that he's clearly lashing out because he feels he's doing something not right. He feels that there might be a problem maybe. And now we have Gabon confirming it and saying, what are you doing? You gotta work on this shit. It's just annoying! I keep being proven right. And then people that were beating me up like yesterday for it are now going, oh, it was obvious. It was obvious. Shut up! 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 Anyway. Interesting. Why is that not opening? My 5,000 IQ prediction, Zoro's power-up is going to be the same move Gabon used against them when they were fighting to get the key. I think Zoro's going to use that move. Because it's such a Zoro move, the 1,000 slashes. Gabon scared the shit out of Zoro. Like again, when I was watching the Gabon fight with Gabon, Luffy, and Zoro, Zoro was sweating. He was really worried. And he even jumped forward because he didn't trust Luffy to deal with it on his own. Like, what is happening? Zoro was really starting to get in there, you know? When I look at Zoro, I'm seeing a man that is like extra anxious these days. It took me 10 seconds. Oh, whoops. So we're opening different things. Wow. Bye-bye. I think I'm gonna use this as the thumbnail, and I'm just gonna make the whole background Kuma.
Howdy do, boys! You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about how it's like, I am a One Piece glazer, right? Very rarely will I dislike something in One Piece.
But I think the reason I'm not annoying about it, I say cautiously, is because I can actually explain why it's good. Because I've been thinking about this. Because some people get really angry when people just like will defend aspects of One Piece. And I'm like, am I in that area? And then I was like, but I don't think I am, because I can actually explain what makes it like good and not just say, no, but it makes sense. No, just some people who just don't like some writing aspects of it. Like, I can't come up with anything now, but like Kuma surviving, right? Or Vegapunk having a clone. That kind of shit. People get really uppity when people say, no, but that does make sense. Kason, how did you feel about when the old guy was like, are we the bad guys? And Sanji and Usopp were like, yes! What? What? Aaron? Where? Where did she do a stinker? Oh, why are you telling me then? I'll get to it when I'll get to it. Well then deal with it and I'll clean it when I'm done streaming. Gear 5 is a retcon is fucking insane. Yeah, a retcon literally means like you've totally removed a past aspect of the story, not added a new aspect. Oh, I'm trying to think of like a famous retcon in media. I can't think of anything right now. Whitebeard's old flag. I do feel icky about that though. Mainly because just like it's just upset what has happened to that, like, you know, religion. What has happened to like Buddhism for that to have to be removed on a global scale. It doesn't feel right, you know? People are saying Terminator. Retcon shit. Bucky's death is not a retcon. A retcon usually means you've just totally discarded something that previously happened in the story. Usually to like fix the story. Which is why I'm like, Gear 5 is ridiculous as a retcon. Because it implies that Oda is like removing something about his story to add Gear 5. Or to fix something about his story to add Gear 5 that previously didn't make sense. Which doesn't make sense because there was nothing before Gear 5 that didn't make sense for Luffy's behalf. I'm just not... Maybe, Aaron? Wait, yeah, there's something in Saw. I guess... Wait, what's it gonna say for Saw? Apparently Saw 6 retconned one of their FBI agents that died previously. And then they just brought her back in Saw 6 and then killed her anyway. I didn't even notice that. Because I didn't pay attention to the FBI agents. See, that's a retcon. You've just completely disregarded something that has previously happened in your story with this new additional thing. So I don't know what the fuck Gear 5 has disregarded. Exactly, it's not a retcon. It can't be a retcon if Mama Drawk guessed from Skypiea that Luffy was going to be the sun god or embody the sun god. It can't be a retcon if some people managed to like guess this. And also, if you actually pay attention to the story, such as Skypiea, there's a lot to do with faith and people believing in Luffy and people bringing up Luffy as if he were a god. It's not a retcon at all. The gum fruit actually being the human fruit being called a retcon is really funny because they talk about like Chopper having like a human model fruit, and then they're like, there must be a human fruit out there, and Usopp says, yeah, but who would want to eat that? There's like even a joke about it very early on about who the hell would want to eat the human fruit. What the hell would that do for you? But yeah, the point of a retcon is if something previously didn't make sense, you like disregard that previous thing and add something to fix that previous thing that you have now like removed, right? Basically. What didn't make sense? What didn't make sense previously with Luffy? I don't know. Ah, it's 8 o'clock. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta be done. I'm sorry. I can't spend all night editing. I'm tired. Alright. Anyway, thanks everyone. Thank you for joining. I'm gonna be heading off. Thank you. I will be back tomorrow to edit. I promise. Let me get my box. Yep. Thank you everyone. I super duper whooper appreciate it. And everyone have a good morning or have a good night, or wherever you are, have a good day. So yeah, thanks everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Bye. Oh my god, bye.